soundtrack to Pokemon Black and White is an absolute masterclass in theme writing. Let's check out some of it. And of course, dating all the way back to 1996 and the original Game Boy release of Pokemon Red and Blue, the series has always been known for great music. Yeah, that is so cool. It's just an epic opening that really sets the stage for this journey you're about to go on, and then classic theme that everybody knows, right? So how did Black and White develop this theme into something totally new, totally fresh, with a different approach to the harmony and the layering that added so much to it and created an absolutely epic, iconic soundtrack? So it seems like we're steering a little more into these sus triads. Now, some of them are sus 2 and some of them are sus 4. What does that mean? Well, if we take a C major chord, sus 4 would be if we moved the third up to the fourth. It creates a suspension. This is now an unresolved sound that wants to pull itself back to the home base of the regular triad. Now, we can also do a sus 2, and that just means instead of using the 4, we're just gonna use the 2. Move that third down to there. Now that it kind of wants to pull up, right? So the sus 4 wants to go down like that, and the sus 2 wants to come up like that. But even if we're not resolving them, we can still use sus 4 and sus 2 to create really cool sounds like we see here. Those first 3 shapes are sus 2 chords. Those are sus 2, and then that's a regular triad, but then we get, that's another sus 2, right? And then when we come down, now it's a sus 4. Sus 2, sus 2, sus 4, and then that's usually like a diminished chord before resolving to D major. Super cool. And in fact, in Black and White, we really didn't change all that much from the original Red and Blue theme. But on the title screen, that's where everything changes. Wow, already, I mean, we're getting this this tritone movement with major chords. Here's B major, and its tritone, 1 whole step, 2 whole steps, 3 whole steps, is F. And so if we play F major there, we can just go back and forth. And all the while we're playing around with arpeggios. And we can create some really, really cool sounds with this orchestration type of vibe. Oh, okay, so this reminded me of something. We're gonna get to it in a minute. It reminded me of something, and then I was like, it exists! You probably already know what I'm talking about, but we'll get there. Hey, real quick, I want to invite you to check out the Better Piano community. Learning the piano can be one of the most isolating things that we do. I mean, we're kind of just stuck in a room practicing this stuff on our own. Especially if there's not a lot of other people in your life that are going through the learning process at the same time, it can feel very much like we're alone. And while I've built a library of courses to help you get your journey started, I've also wanted to create a place where we could exist together and work on this project of learning the piano with a group to bounce your ideas, your progress, your questions, everything off of. And we are doing exactly that on the Better Piano community, and it has been incredible. We're building a vibrant community that's literally worldwide. When you become a member, you can access my entire course library. It's all in there, which of course has hours and hours of instructional content across hundreds of videos with countless exercises, all with downloadable resources, PDFs, backing tracks, you name it. It's all in there. But by being a community, there are some other aspects that I'm incredibly excited about that make it even better if you're trying to learn the piano. Or honestly, if you just want a community of fellow music nerds to geek out about stuff with. We're in there sharing music all all the time. I have learned so many things from all of you. There are videos on this channel that I've made because somebody shared music that I had never heard before in the community. One of the recent things that we're implementing that I'm incredibly excited about is we are building a team of professional instructors to help you along the way. So you'll get access not only to me, I'm in there almost every day as much as I can be, but you'll also have access to other professional pianists who are in there answering questions, providing feedback, helping to guide you along your way. It's all in the community, and right now you can get access for an entire year for just 99 bucks. This price is going to go up very soon. This is the introductory pricing. It won't be available for long. As we grow and as we learn what works best for you, we're constantly making changes and making improvements based on your feedback. Price of admission will be going up, so if you want to join the Better Piano community today, use the link down in the description. We would love to see you in there. And again, that is the best way that you can support the channel here. The content I make is supported by all of you, and I'm incredibly grateful for that support. So if you enjoy my videos and you want to be a part of a worldwide community, be sure to check out the link in the description down below. Thank you so much for your support. Let's keep going. But this part right here in particular, that. Any guesses? Put it in the comments below. We'll get to it. Here's our theme, and this is completely different. I mean, listen to the red and blue version. So we have this sort of kind of march type feel, right? But then in black and white, boy does it change. Check this out. There's so much going on in there. So not only are there a lot of underlying voices going on, there was like a, I don't know if it was like a flute type sound, but doing all these arpeggios inside of there. Check this out. Right there, right? Those were the actual notes. The melody is there, but everything else is completely changed from red and blue. We're using the same theme, but by changing some of the chords that go with it, we can completely change the story that this is telling. Here, we're in F, right? So we're in the key of F. Now let's listen to the root, like the bass line. Let's see where that goes, because that's gonna tell us where our harmony is actually going. And as we remember in the original, it's kind of just G major, F major. That's really all that's going on there. It's just in that first part, but this changes everything. Right there, even in that first line, we get F major. This is, I think, kind of like a C minor, but we're using G so that we can create a nice smooth motion going up to A flat major, B flat major, C major, and that leads us right back to F major. But then we don't do the same thing over again. Listen to this. So there, we now go the other way. We go. Check that out, D flat major 7 to C, right? So there, we went F major, climbed down E flat major, D flat major 7, C major. We can, it's... Now we're going down again. Woo! Okay, hold on. Whoa! The use of triplets there is just so cool, right? Because if we have this pace, this is kind of our pulse, right? It's very quick, but inside of that, there are triplets. Da 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 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 triplet 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 triplet. And we're playing with that by going da 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 da, right? So when we take groupings of triplets, we can kind of like create these interesting rhythms by just using like 1 2, but then holding out a third one, like ba ba ba. Wow, okay, that was a crazy, there was so much going on right there, just that one tiny little section. Getting us to A flat major, right? Because we've been in F major, and now we need to get to A flat major, right? And so now we start this new section. Check this out. So much going on there. A flat major, we're gonna walk down to A flat. We're still playing A flat here, but we're dropping our root now, which kind of makes this like an A flat 7 chord. D flat major, and then D flat minor. And you see how we're not using the roots of these chords to create the chords, right? Because we don't need to have the root on the bottom. We're using a different note of the chord as the root, and what that allows us to do is make one fluid motion. That's kind of the theme that we're using here, is we went up, we went, and then we went down. So here on this bridge portion, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna move in a singular direction. In this case, it's down. A flat, down to G flat, down to F, down to E, right? And each one of those notes is very important because it creates part of the harmony here. Here it's just the root. A flat is the chord. We're playing an A flat in the bass. Easy, right? Now, G flat is the 7th of A flat. And it creates a little bit of a different sound. F happens to be the 3rd of D flat major, right? And then it's the minor 3rd of D flat minor. So we can create a singular directional movement by just using notes other than the roots of each chord as we go through them. And it creates that really cool sound that goes in one direction, and that's kind of the theme of this title screen theme. Oh, one big long 2-5. And then somewhere entirely, and then we get our tritone harmony again. Wow. And we haven't even gotten into the game yet. It's just so full of insane stuff. I mean, check out the battle music. There's our intro. That was from the very beginning, right? This is why, there's so much brilliant theme writing in all of the Pokemon music. Now, we start out with this crazy, like, I think it's like in thirds. I don't even know how it goes, but it's just some crazy chromatic, some chromatic thing, right? And it sounds like it's done in thirds, and it lands us on this big E major chord. There's our theme. Whoa, whoa. Listen to the bass line underneath all of this, because it is wild. Wow, it's like, it's going all over the place, and it's using this, like, it almost sounds like a funky bluesy kind of sound, right? Because we have like this like minor third to major third thing going on, and it gives it this, just listen to how it develops here. Whoa! We're getting a lot of the same harmonic movement that we did earlier on. Yeah, so as I was listening to this for the first time, in a couple of these different themes, I was like, this sounds very familiar. It sounds like a very familiar style that I thought sounded a lot like drum and bugle corps music. And so I was like, this has to have happened. I can't imagine some corps hasn't picked this up and made something out of it. And so I did a little search, and boy did I time this right, because it was literally from this year. The drum corps international group, the Blue Devils, literally did this exact theme in their show this year. Check this out. There it is! There's the theme! Wow! Okay, yeah. absolutely unbelievable. But the music, the themes are just like so asking to be done in this exact way. And I think the Blue Devils crushed this. And there are literally over 100 tracks from this game that we could go over, and we clearly don't have enough time to do that in a single video, but I think yeah, we can't really go and talk about Black and White without talking about this. It's a great theme, but in case you're completely unaware, this absolutely blew up recently for a very bizarre reason, and it has now become synonymous with Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon dancing, which originated from the recap cartoon by Cas Vanderpool, in which we get this. Scotland forever! But also this moment, which brought a whole new level of attention to this theme, which is from Pokemon Black and White. Yeah, so needless to say, that just blew up to insane levels. But the theme is incredible, and it makes complete sense. Really simple, right? We just kind of have like an A flat minor to a B flat major to an E flat minor. And that's kind of it, just in this first part anyways. I mean, it's a brilliant theme. And no, it's not a rewrite of a theme that we've already used, but it is just one part of this insanely iconic soundtrack. But I want to know from you, what is your favorite part of the Pokemon Black and White soundtrack? And what parts of the soundtrack might you want to learn how to play right here on the piano? Because that is something that we can absolutely talk about. Maybe over on the second channel, Better Piano, which if you haven't checked that out, go check that out and subscribe. But either way, there is so much to break down and so much that you could learn how to play. So let me know in those comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. We will see you in the next one.